Hey there, listeners. Welcome to Socially Inclined, where we believe marketing should be simple, effective, and most importantly, affordable. In this episode, we'll be sharing expert tips and strategies to help you increase your visibility, engage more of your audience, and reach more clients than ever before. So if you're ready to take your online presence to the next level, keep listening because you're about to get socially inclined. Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. My name's Jess from Socially Inclined, and today I'm going to take on how to use email marketing like a pro, even when you're totally not a pro. The cool thing about email marketing is that it really gives you a place to separate interested leads from the super noisy news feeds of social media, right? We all know how quick things move on news feeds. And yes, maybe something that you put out there on social media felt compelling at the time to a viewer, but they scrolled down and after a few more views of something else, maybe they forgot you. That's kind of a sad story, but it is certainly one that happens all the time. And what I love about email marketing and a solid email marketing strategy, like we're going to talk about in this podcast, is that it really helps you separate your clients and your interested leads from there. Because the news feed, as I mentioned, it's really noisy. And when you bring them into your sphere and you get in their inbox, you're able to cultivate stronger customer relationships. You're able to drive sales better. You're able to separate the things that you do in your brand and build that brand awareness so much more effectively than you are with just posts on social media. Or even if you take it to something more personalized, like a YouTube presence, maybe you're on your YouTube game and you have some good views going on videos over there, you still run the risk of YouTube's recommendations pulling you into a competitor's sphere over on the right side with the recommendations tab, right? So the inboxes are one of the best places because you're not really competing. Once you've captured that lead, which I'm going to talk about some really great ways to do that here in just a few minutes, the marketing world is really your oyster in people's inboxes. If you can figure out how to stay out of the promo folders, right? So let's talk about a few tips and strategies to build a quality email list, right? That's where we find at Socially Inclined, we find new entrepreneurs really struggle is, well, I don't have an email list. All that sounds great, guys, but I have no idea how to even get people's emails. So building that list is definitely going to be one of your first steps if that's where you are in your business building journey. So the first thing that you're going to do is, decide how you're going to capture them. To grow your email list, you've got to offer something of value to potential subscribers. So what is something of value? Something like exclusive content or discounts. You can promote your email list on your website, on your social media profiles, in store. Go to a email or to a website that you really love and just scroll and click around for a few minutes, and you're most likely going to see one such opt-in where there's a beautiful PDF or a really enticing email recipe compilation that you want. So you put your email in, and in exchange for your email, that person gives you something of value. So some other examples, if you want to grow your email list, make sure that you're offering subscribers something that they will find valuable. Number one, there's no way around that. You need to have it on your website. You need to have it displayed prominently on social media. If you have a links page, make sure that you have that. So when you're posting Instagram content or even TikTok content, a lot of social media platforms have it to where you can reference a links page now. Make sure that that links page has that freebie or that freemium, if you will, front and center so that you can capture those email addresses. So some examples of what that would look like: exclusive discounts or promotions. Obviously, a special discount code or a limited time promotion for signing up for your email list is going to be very attractive to your ideal client. A free resource or guide. Again, if you craft this the right way, it is absolutely, it can be absolutely tantalizing to the right person, right? Take me for an example. I am a mom of two, very, very spread thin. I hate to use the word busy, but I am spread thin, and I find it hard to find time for self-care. Can any of you relate, right? So if someone was offering me a freebie, and maybe like someone who jived with me on Instagram, all of a sudden said, hey, I have this 10-page ebook that is going to help a busy mom find time in her pockets of time to carve out for self-care. And it's already helped 100 people. You should go download it. Link in the bio. You better believe I'd be showing up with my email handy because I need that PDF guide right now. If making some kind of ebook or PDF seems a little overwhelming, here at Socially Inclined, don't forget we have business owners of all chapters from I opened a business yesterday to I've been in business for 20 years. So if the idea of having an actual beautifully designed PDF or freebie lead magnet is too much, it can always be a simple how-to video or tutorial that you put up on an unlisted YouTube video and give a link to the access. How simple is that? Another example would be like a contest or a giveaway. So everyone who subscribes to my newsletter between now and the end of the month will get entered to win, insert something of tremendous value to your ideal client, right? For me, that would be like $100 coupon to a spa or something like that. That's what would appeal to a busy mom who's also managing 4 brands and raising 2 kids and somehow finding time to be with her husband. If your ideal client is veterinarians, then maybe it's a trip. Well, a trip is kind of big, but maybe it's a trip to a local zoo or a backstage pass or something that they would really find compelling. You'll really get a lot of signups. The bigger the contest, the higher the stakes, the more people are going to sign up. In that similar vein, another idea for some examples would be like a free trial or a free consultation. So all too often, as heart-led entrepreneurs, we tend to attract freebie seekers. Hello. I'm sure you might, I see you. I'm sure you might know what we're talking about. But I think offering a free trial or a free consultation in exchange for an email makes it not entirely free. So one, you're attracting more of the right people, and 2, you're getting emails in exchange for offering that free. So it's not just totally costing you. Other ideas, webinars or workshops, same kind of idea as a tutorial or a how-to video. Checklists or templates. We tend to get so, or at least I tend to get so complex and in like perfect freebies, or I honestly get a little obsessed over creating lead magnets for clients. It's just something I'm so passionate about, which, oh, by the way, I did several live trainings. We did a series of 6 live trainings on how to create a beautiful lead magnet, how to install it on your website, and then how to bring it around to this email marketing in our TakeAction training series. It's something Julie and I both did together in 2021. If you want to get your hands on that, we do still sell it at sociallyinclined.com/TakeAction. And that is a series of 50 self-paced, don't freak out, it's self-paced, so you can watch the ones you want at your leisure, or you can binge them. It's going to be, if you binge watch them, that's a whole lot better for your business than binge watching something like Netflix. But I digress. We did a 6-part series on lead magnets start to finish, and TakeAction. I think it's just $2.97, but if you message us, we might give you a coupon, especially if you tell them that you're one of our podcast listeners. So checklists and templates, awesome. Super consumable, which is very important in our fast-paced, short attention span world. You provide a downloadable checklist or template that solves their problem, and they're going to love you. And that's part of where you start in building know, like, and trust so that you can sell more without feeling salesy. Free samples or demos, those are always great, especially if you're a product-based business. If you are a services-based business or you're in digital products like Socially Inclined, then that's going to look like checklists or templates, right? So interactive tools, if you have anything like that, like maybe you have an ROI calculator, a website grader, maybe you have a social media audit tool, or you're white labeling a popular one, you should totally leverage that to get people on your email list. Newsletter subscriptions, the idea of signing up for a newsletter that's going to be valuable is not dead, so make sure you don't write that off. And then finally, free shipping or delivery. It is. Amazon has proved that people will flock for free shipping or delivery. So key to successful lead magnet is to make it valuable and relevant. You cannot just throw something out there that doesn't speak to your ideal client. So make sure that you really put some thought into that, because that's really what is going to set the tone and the temperament for the relationship between you and potential clients. So if you're going to spend your time somewhere, make sure you spend it on getting that value add, freemium, lead magnet, whatever you want to call it, just right. So you're going to promote your email lists on different platforms, websites, social accounts, maybe even in your physical store if you have one. That's going to help you reach a wider audience, which is, in this day and age, what I think every small business owner wants to do is reach a wider audience. That's why people come to social media. That's why business owners come to social media, because they've heard you can do it. It's just, and you absolutely can do it. Let me tell you, it just oftentimes takes a little more effort on the front end than most people expect. You want to make sure you keep that email list relevant and effective by regularly removing inactive subscribers, right? You got to go in. It hurts, right? Because you tend to focus on the number, just like follower count. You don't want to remove anybody. But the truth is that having inactive subscribers camping out on your email list is hurting the deliverability of your emails. So make sure that you remove them so that you can increase that the open rate, which is going to help even more people see it. That is so important. Just like on Facebook, engagement rates are very important whenever it comes to connecting with more people. All right, choosing the right email marketing platform, right? All right, we get this one quite a lot. There are many to choose from now. Back in the day, there was MailChimp. Maybe Constant Contact came in a little later. Now you have MailChimp, Constant Contact, MailerLite, Campaign Monitor. Facebook was even in on email marketing there for a little while. And then you have all-in-one softwares like Kajabi and things like that. So Salesy is another one. Growify, I forget. There is a laundry list. So in my opinion, if you're like, Jess, just tell me what to do, MailChimp has been around the longest, and it's very user-friendly. So I would start either there or MailerLite, because those will do all the things you need to do. They're low-priced, if not free. You can do monthly fees. They do have email send limits on some of the particular levels of subscription. But they'll also have features like A/B testing and really pretty. They can also create really pretty emails, which, oh, by the way, let's talk about pretty emails for a minute. I love getting them. But from a sender's standpoint, in general, the less image-based your email is, the less links that are in it, the more you can make it look like a quick email that you sent to a personal friend, the better deliverability it's going to get. So just keep that in mind as you're building out emails, which when it comes to email marketing, we also did a few master classes in case you want to learn more about that. We did do a few master classes in our TakeAction training series, which I mentioned before, sociallyinclined.com/TakeAction, all one word. And you can see just what we did in that masterclass program over there. It's not as expensive as you might think, and everyone who has gone through it just learns so much about how to move their business forward. So, all right, moving on, creating compelling subject lines and preview texts. So, can I just let you guys in on a little secret? If you're on our email list, I write the emails. It's part of my job. It was Julie doesn't love it, and I happen to enjoy it quite a lot. So I'm behind all the emails at Socially Inclined, or I'd say 99% of the emails at Socially Inclined. So if you're not on our list, sociallyinclined.com/free, you can get access to the free toolbox, and you'll get on the list and get to hear from me every so often. But my favorite part about creating emails is the subject line, because I see it as such a fun challenge, like a really fun challenge. The whole goal here is to say something in that subject line that gets people to open that email, which is crucial. So the difference between a subject line and a preview text, you may see this right off the bat. Go to your email, subscribe, or go to your email box right now. Or wait, if you're driving, please don't. Go to your email box right now. When you are somewhere safe to check your email, go to your email and you'll see the subject, which is obviously the first thing that you see. It's pretty bold. But then after that, there's some words. And those words can also, that's called the preview text. So let's take, for example, your subject is, join us for a free wine tasting event. All right. Anyone who's into wine would be interested in this email. The preview text could be something like, discover new wines and mingle with fellow wine lovers. RSVP now to secure your spot. That's a beautiful example of something that gives me more information and also creates a little scarcity. Like, oh, maybe she's reading this Wednesday morning and it's for a Friday wine tasting. But it tells me, don't wait because I need to RSVP. So I open that email right now before I get distracted and I go on to something else. Another thing you can do with the subject is use those merge tags to really personalize it. It's really hard to ignore an email that has your name in it, right? So use those merge tags. They do work in the subject line, and that's where you find it. A merge tag, in case you don't know what a merge tag is, it will auto-populate the name of your subscriber or other information depending on which merge tag you use. You will most likely pretty much just use the name merge tag, or the first name merge tag. So let's say first name, enjoy a relaxing day at the spa with our exclusive package. So you put that first name in there and it immediately feels more personalized, right? And then the preview text could read something like, pamper yourself with our luxurious spa package that includes a massage, facial, and more. Book your appointment today. Now, it's important to note that that is a little long, but it's still compelling enough. Because again, the goal of every email you send should be to get people to open it. Because if people don't open it, then I would say it's falling on deaf ears, but it's not even doing that. It's falling before it even gets to the ears. All right. Creating visually appealing email templates is important, but not in the sense that they have to be these gorgeous image-based things, but they do need to be put together. They've got to be mobile friendly. That's another thing, because plenty of yours. So think about how many emails you read a day. Is it on your phone or is it primarily at work? Now, if you work in an office, there is a good chance that you may read most of your emails on your computer. But statistically, over half of the emails being sent or more, I've seen numbers up to 75%, are being read on mobile devices. So make sure you give it a good test on your phone before you hit that final send button. And truthfully, I mentioned I do all the email marketing at Socially Inclined, or I oversee all of it at least. I can say that much. When I write an email, I do it on my desktop, and I send the test, and I look at it on my phone. That's a good, quick way. Do more with less. You don't have to have a huge team to succeed at email marketing. But do give it a check on your phone, because you might be surprised at the way one of your graphics rendered or some of it looks on your phone. So how do you measure whether you're successful at email marketing? This might seem a little bit elementary or a little bit silly, but how do you measure your ROI, your return on investment, whenever it comes to email marketing? Well, obviously, you sell more, you start getting more sales. Some of these softwares will even calculate it for you. I know Kajabi will tell you how much an email made for you. Shopify will tell you that as well. But you can also get a good sense of it too. You send out 500 emails, and in the next 24 hours, you have an uptick of 10% in your sales. There's a good chance that what you said in that email was behind that. So that's a good way to measure your ROI as well. Another way to know how well it's working is open rates, but there is a caveat, and I'm gonna caution you to focus too much on open rates is a detriment these days because of the change in iOS. It reflects a lot more opens when they weren't necessarily opens for those who have iPhones, which is a large portion of the population. So instead of open rates, what do I want you to look at to measure your success? I want you to measure click-through rates. Who opened that email and clicked on a link, right? They had to open the email in order to find a link. So a click-through rate is a much better way to see who's taking action on your email. It's also, the more clicks you can get, the more it tells services like Google and Yahoo and things like that your email is valuable content. So conversion rates, that one's easy to, kind of alluded to it before. If you're converting people who click into paying customers, then you are on the right track. The good news is MailChimp, Constant Contact, MailerLite, Campaign Manager, they all provide analytical and reporting tools for your emails. So none of this, I hope you're starting to see. Maybe you came to this podcast and you listened to this particular one because you were like, email marketing is so scary. It doesn't have to be scary. I can totally understand why it seems scary to some people, especially in the beginning, but it doesn't have to be scary. There are some great tools out there that make it very easy to work with and to work through maybe what you're struggling with. Also, we're here for people. I mean, we help people with email marketing every day. So, all right, testing and analyzing your campaigns. This, I hate the word analyzing because it just sounds so scary. You want to really, though, what this means is you're going to track those key metrics that I was just talking about. You're going to track open rates, click-through rates, and conversations that might have started. Did someone reply to you? If they did, if one had a better click-through rate or one had a better open rate than the other, go back and figure out. Take a minute to look and see what it was about that email subject line that got people to open? And if it had a particularly good click-through rate, what did you say in the body of that email that got people to click with your content? Were you giving away something for free? Maybe an exceptional lead magnet? Or were you offering a discount? What was it that got people to click over to your website and take an action? One thing I do want to say, make sure that you comply with email marketing laws and regulations. This is not a drill. You can receive a fine. You can lose rights to send emails, to use your email address. You cannot, under any circumstance, go buy a bunch of emails, or maybe you have a friend who's been building her list for a long time because she started her network marketing business 10 years ago, and she's like, well, here, have my list. They might be interested. That is a huge no-no. They absolutely have to explicitly opt in to receive emails from you. So make sure, there you go, disclaimer alert, do not go sending emails without building your list. That is the number one reason I started this conversation with how to build your list, because you absolutely must build it and not buy it. Yes, you can buy it. There are places you can buy it. In case you didn't know that, spoiler alert, you can buy emails, but it's not legal, and we highly do not recommend that. Another thing that is a little hard for people to swallow is, and I used to do this in the beginning too, when I started in network marketing, and I built a really good list, but I found that every time I sent emails, I got unsubscribes, and for the longest time, it hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings real bad, to the point where I wanted to stop sending emails. And I would go, an extra week or two because I didn't want to get an unsub. Here's the deal. People who unsubscribe from your list when you send an email that you mean to send are not your people. And it happens all the time. They weren't going to end up as a customer. They weren't planning on buying from you. So take it as a blessing that they unsubscribed, because removing them from your list is going to help you reach more of an audience. So don't take unsubs personally. Let's talk about content in your emails for just a second. Don't fret over this one. Don't overthink this one. Don't let the fear of what to say keep you from saying anything at all, right? You picking up what I'm putting down? Once you have your email list, your platform, you've got the email going, you got to create this content, right? What the heck do I say? It really comes from a place of understanding what your ideal client needs, what their interests are. What are they struggling with? We call those a pain point. What are their pain points? Particularly, what are their pain points that your product and services answer specifically? They're a busy mom of two who want to try to get back to running an 8-minute mile. Oh, you have this 2-week starter program on how to run faster? Heck yes, I'm in. Create content that provides this kind of value and solves your ideal client's problem. You do that, and you come from every email from that place, then you will never fail. All right, email content, ideas, educational content is a great thing. Who doesn't like getting an email that teaches them something instead of selling them something? Product announcements, those are fun as long as you keep it very announcement-y. Otherwise, you got to call it a sales email. Exclusive deals and discounts. Who doesn't like saving money on good stuff? Which, if you're here listening to this podcast, you sell good stuff. So offer up exclusive deals and discounts, okay? Customer stories or testimonials. Those are so relatable, and it's such an important part of building a storytelling brand is getting customer stories and testimonials in front of potential clients. It helps them say, yes, I want that. Why not me? Big thing to remember is to just keep it light, keep it varied, keep it engaging, while also staying true to yourself, which just is a fancy way of saying stay consistent. Keep a good brand tone and voice in your emails, and you are going to crush it. All right. Automation. Automation is such a scary word. I used to be so afraid of that word, and Julie has helped me so much. Julie Herndon, founder of Socially Inclined, has helped me overcome my fear of the word automation. Automation is not scary. It is beautiful. And automation specifically when it comes to email marketing is powerful, super powerful. So what you do is you set up an automated welcome series for new subscribers. Maybe it's 3 emails, maybe it's 7 emails over their first 10 to 15 days with you. And what that's going to do is introduce them to all of your goodness, and to everything that you're about, to everything they can come to expect with you. And it really sets the tone for the relationship that you are about to build with them. It's also a great place to offer a discount on their first purchase in case they were on the fence about whether to buy from you. Who doesn't want to make that first sale right there on the welcome series? Because a first sale is always the hardest. You get that first sale, deliver incredible products and services, and the other sales are going to come naturally. Helpful resources are also always welcome. So, email marketing, not scary, right? It's such a powerful tool for local businesses, or even more than just a local business, an international business. I think it's safe to say that Socially Inclined would not be the business it is today. It would still be a listing site based in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, if we did not leverage the power of email marketing. So that's what I really hope that this podcast today has empowered you to do, is to leverage all the goodness that is inside email marketing. And the cool thing, a few more things I want to say before I wrap up. The cool thing about email marketing is that you don't have to have this amazing personality. Like, podcasting is a little scary. TikToking is extremely scary. YouTubing may be a little bit out of your wheelhouse too, but guess what? Email marketing is just you and your laptop, and you're sitting behind it building relationships. And that to me is probably one of the best places to start if you're a shy business owner like I am, or like I was when I started. The best place, the most palatable place to start is probably email marketing. And in some ways, it's even more approachable than social media, where you may have to share your face or share some of your story more. So by building an engaged list, creating compelling content, you will be well on your way to creating email campaigns that keep your customers engaged and coming back. Just remember that you need to stay focused on providing value to your subscribers and delivering relevant and engaging content instead of just, oh my gosh, what email am I going to post today? Or what email am I going to send today? You really want to give it some thought, because if it feels thrown together and last minute unfocused to you, it's certainly going to feel that way to the person reading it. So with everything, when you're trying something new, the first few might feel a little rough, and they may even be a little rough. But the good news is just like also with everything else, the more you do it, the easier it gets, and the more comfortable you'll be, especially since now you've listened to this podcast, you have some strategies under your belt that you can kind of work from. You just have to get started. You have to not be afraid to put yourself out there and then start sending some emails and start getting those leads. We do, in case, just a little shameless plug alert, we do have 100 email templates. They're fill in the blanks, make easy work of email marketing. If you are thinking about starting an email marketing campaign, it would behoove you to get your hands on that shortcut. You can find them in the Socially Inclined store, sociallyinclined.com/store. It's the email marketing templates. I think they're toward the bottom now, but stay tuned because we're actually in the middle of a store rebrand. So maybe when you're listening to this, just find those email marketing templates, and it'll make easy work of getting started. Again, I'm Jess with Socially Inclined. If you have any questions about email marketing, or you have any feedback for me after listening to this email marketing podcast, don't be afraid to send me some listener mail over at podcast@sociallyinclined.com. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to stick around.